Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. A regular dude is not going to get a supermodel. And this is very important. You know, I had a private discussion with people in my inner circle, and that came up. A lot of stuff came up. In fact, if we would have to sell what we be talking about. And no, don't hit me up say, hey, can I be a part of that? Hell no. Like I said, in the circle. Anyway, one of the things we talked about briefly, was some of these regular dudes out here, even some incels, be wanting supermodel of the world. Man, that ain't happening. That's a fantasy. Shoot, indeed. That's why you got some of these, like, OnlyFans women making millions and shit. Because some dude's into some fantasy. In the real world, though, a regular dude ain't getting with a supermodel type. Now, I know some people will say, well, Rom, haven't you talked about average-looking dudes getting with a very beautiful woman? Yeah, I have, but what did I say? And every time I talked about that, I always said, that dude might be average looking, but for him to get that very beautiful woman, he got some other shit going on with him. He definitely got some other shit. He ain't regular. He might look average or something, but he got something. Maybe some charisma, something, some balls on him, something about him that gotta stand out. Because that's one of the things, though, if you want a supermodel, because see, a man's game is really different from a woman's. A man's game ain't looks, despite what all these looks maxing dudes be talking about. A man's game is about who he is, what he can do, everything about him, the actions he can take, the masculine actions he can take. I mean, he could be rough looking, but he masculine, he taking care of shit. He making shit happen in the world. Oh yeah, he can definitely get that supermodel type. You know, he got something going on. If you look at the men who get them, they usually out there. They ballers. There's something about them that just stands out. When I talk about regular dudes, I'm talking about dudes who might have a 9 to 5. Notice I said might be regular. Not just looking regular, but just be regular otherwise. Nothing about them stands out. Nothing about them stands out. But a big problem out here is you got a bunch of dudes, and I'm using the words dudes, specifically using the words dudes. They don't got shit going for them, but they want the most beautiful woman. First of all, I want y'all to think about something. Like, you got some dudes out here going against body game. Okay, but see, those supermodel types, very beautiful women, practice body game. They don't just hang out. They be in the gym more than anybody else. I remember a gym I was working at around here had a few women who were up there. A few young girls who were up there. They be going hard. They be in the gym, running hard, everything, treadmill, ready to cut you if you get on that Smith machine trying to do some squats. Everything. They be in there and they be going hard. They be going hard. And the men that they would deal with, at the very least, regardless of what they look like, be in our gym hard with them. First of all, if you look at that supermodel type, first of all, think about what they got. First of all, they got their beauty. Partly genetic, partly they had to work as hard to keep that shit. Women got to work to keep that beauty because that's their game. That's their game right there. They get the play they do, or if they looking for money, status, whatever in a man. Because I always say money and status work. I just say sex appeal works better. You gotta, they had some stuff. They work to get there, and they know they gotta maintain that shit. And then you got those supermodel type shoes. They get caught up in, like, they'll get in those circles. Like, you got a whole bunch of them, like in those pro ball circuits, or those circuits where they got Masters of the Universe types or whatever, right? Nah, they know they ain't getting with some ordinary guy. Just think about it for a second. Why would a woman, she knows she got that beauty and shit, why would she deal with an ordinary guy? Yeah, I just gotta deal with that fine seeing my face for a second. The sun is right there. Why would she want to deal with that shit? Because that's their game right there. If I had a group of women telling them the game, they need to fix themselves up. That's why it was some bullshit. You get some women look at 5 at best, average at best, talking about they want some 6-figure guy. It was like, come on now. Come on, baby girl. No. Because we go for beauty. There ain't no amount of political correctness going to change that. And supermodel types know that shit. Women at that level know that shit. They know they can get the best man. Why would they get some ordinary guy? Now you got some. Now here's an issue. You got some of this media that try to promote that idea. Y'all ever notice on a lot of the media, you have a fine, very attractive woman get with some ordinary slap? That's some fucking propaganda. In the real world, they ain't happening. And when I'm talking about a regular dude, I ain't talking about just regular looking. But I'm talking about a dude really don't have shit going on otherwise. That dude don't have shit going on otherwise. Yeah, okay. You got the behind the buses and stuff. Everybody walking up all slow and shit. But they don't have shit going on otherwise. But be thinking they supposed to get it. And you get some guys fantasizing about it. In fact, that's why you got some people online like really milking some dudes, like either dating coaches or PUA type something, milking some of these dudes. And I'm thinking, there's some magic word they can get. Not just a regular woman, that's staying in their lane. And I'm going to talk about that in a few seconds, but not just staying in their lane, but thinking they can get a beautiful woman. Because let's be real, if you get some of those guys, forget what you be seeing in these movies, TV or something, which is just some propaganda, which is just some fantasy for regular dudes. But you get some of these dudes who, if they just stay in their lane, they can find a woman. You got some dudes who do that. They just stay in their damn lane. They know they ain't looking, they know they don't got shit for a supermodel. They know they got a regular job, regular talent, all that shit. They know this is all they can get. And that's cool. They actually do well in relationships. They actually do very well because they stay in their fucking lane. But you get a lot of dudes who don't want to stay in their lane and fantasize and think they can get some supermodel shit. They got to get caught up in there. Because even in my book I wrote, I said meeting attractive women, one of the main things I said was, if you want an attractive woman, you got to work on being attractive yourself. You got to have something that stands out with yourself. Yeah, you could probably get that supermodel, but are you hitting the gym? Like you get some of these dudes fighting whatever. Or even you get some dudes thinking, they fighting, hitting the gym, putting some body on them, getting a body that stands out. Or even some of these dudes who think, it just takes face. Well, what the fuck are they doing to make that look good? And even with all of that, there's only so far they gonna go. Seriously. There's a lot of dudes out there on some fantasy shit. Shit, that's why an OnlyFans model and stuff, or some of these women doing some sex worker shit. That's why they can make the money they can. Cause they catch some dudes in a fantasy. Shoot. Indeed, that's when you know the economy's in trouble. When they start complaining, they call it the stripper index. I talked about that before on my money channel. If strippers look up and they ain't making the money they can, that's when they know shit's in trouble. And I haven't checked it lately. I don't know what they saying. Some economists take that seriously. Some are like, that's some bullshit. But whatever the case, something to pay attention to. Oh, man. But you guys, like I said, regular. And I'm saying, it's not even about your looks. Like, okay, if you ain't looking like some fashion model, okay, what else you doing for you? Like I said the other day, you got these dudes always talking about some money and status. Okay, if you really think that's it, what are you doing to make money? What are you doing to get status? Because even when you see some of those dudes like that with like a very attractive woman or something, they, like I said, it's very simple. They got something else going on. But you got some dudes, they got a 9-to-5 job at best. They ain't the top on their job. They ain't a manager or anything like that, even on their job. You know? At best, they might have an apartment or something where they living, driving an ordinary car. And shit, let's be real, a lot of them, they living with somebody, but one supermodel. Now, if they stayed in their lane, they could probably find somebody. But they be wanting a supermodel. It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. You know? They ain't staying in their lane. Or at least, I mean, shoot, and even then, they really got to be up there, because that's one thing, man. When you talk about those supermodel types, and I ain't using a number, but y'all know what I mean when I'm saying supermodel, like really beautiful, really up there. You know, those women who can get flown first class to someplace like Dubai or something, or wherever. Got some dudes tricking on them or something. Those are ones who, in those little subcultures, they know when athletes are going to be at. Shoot, those are ones, shoot, that's why you got some of them, shoot, they'll go from one athlete to the other. Shoot, in my private group last night, we were talking about that. That's why. Shout out Master Teacher BGS, he called them 100 octanes. When the women at that level, they just get passed around and shit. But if you look at who they dealing with, they just dealing with the top level. And even if they dip down a little bit, they still top level. Still, like, they dealing with those guys, those C-suite guys, executives and stuff. They ain't dealing with some ordinary guy who might be working fries somewhere, you know? Or don't have that, like, job that, money, or not hitting the gym, something. You gotta have something. You gotta have something. Damn, that bus. Damn, dude, you could have stopped in front of them at least. Everybody going to school and everything. Oh, yeah, school buses. I always remember them. Actually, though, real quick about the school buses. I was in D.C. We didn't really have school buses and shit. You had to take the regular public transportation if you weren't, like, within walking distance of your school. Oh, man, I don't know what it's like now. It's probably the same thing. Shit. Yeah, but if you regular, man, and I'm gonna say this, if you regular, okay, if you want that supermodel, it's nothing, first of all, it's nothing wrong with wanting that woman. But what are you doing to get it? What are you doing? Like, let me use the money and their status example again. You get these dudes don't have money, they don't have status, but they're up there talking about they be the main ones trying to push it. Okay, if you think that's what it takes. And yeah, there's some women at that level, they'll deal with that guy on that level, presenting them with a certain lifestyle. So what is any regular dude, what are they doing to make some money? Or what they doing to do something extra so they can stand out? Because understand the psychology of that supermodel type, that beautiful woman. She's standing out. She's standing out. She ain't fucking no regular dude. Seriously. Unless he got something else. Because even if you see supermodel type, and they very rare anyway. But unless you see them with some regular dude, like I said, rest assured that regular dude got something. So my thing is, okay. And I would put that challenge to any dude. Like, ain't nothing wrong with, if you want that fine ass woman, that top woman, if you want to use a number system, that woman in the 9 to 10 range. And hold up real quick, don't come on here with some there ain't no women in there. Fuck, dude. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Use some common sense. I will seriously. I don't have patience for people who act like they don't know something, think they telling you some shit. All All right, y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting that woman, but if you really want to get that woman, because as a man, you got to deal with reality. And if you want to get that woman, okay, you hitting the gym, you hitting body game, you trying to fix up, you trying to get in a business or somewhere you can like meet those type of women, or do something like that. Say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, are you trying to be regular? And if somebody come at me and say, well, you ain't all that wrong. Well, hold up. I got 9 books on the market. You look me up. Hey, shit, you Google me. I got a lot of shit going on. Now, even beyond this. In fact, I need to get back into writing anyway. I need to write another novel anyway. Just another novel. Got to figure, I'm thinking about what I'm going to write. But what is it you standing out? You writing a novel? Now, I'm dead serious. What are you doing to stand out? Like I said, if you look at those very beautiful women, even when you think the guy is regular, he got something. He got something with him. He got something. You get some. He might have his own shit going on. He a celebrity or he's something. The other day I mentioned Kevin Hart. He got a badass woman and stuff. But who's Kevin Hart? Come on now. Or somebody had mentioned Pete Davidson. He got with a bunch of fine women, but shit, that motherfucker was on some level anyway. They ain't had nothing to do with his motherfucking looks. He was on a level he was on a high level any motherfucking way. And he ain't gonna try to get it. This. I'm at the quick light. Seriously, if you look at some of these celebrities or something, and really you can't use them as an example anyway, because the fact you even know their name mean they are at a level. So if as a regular dude, are you getting to that level? Now, if you get into that level and you doing some shit, or you making $1 million, whatever, okay, you realistically can say, okay, I got a shot at a supermodel. Because I'm living this life, I'm doing all this. Okay. All right? But you got a lot of dudes out here, they just regular. They just regular and then getting mad. And then they ignoring the women who's really, quite frankly, in their lane and shit. They don't want them. They're like, nah, she ugly and all that. Okay, fine. But what is it about you? You should get that top one. Seriously. Because you regular. You basic. You basic. What you got going on and shit? Have you written a book? Have you did a song? You're an own business owner? That's somebody who work 9 to 5 somewhere on fries or, washing dishes or something. Shit. How you living and all of that shit? I'm dead serious. Dead serious, because there's a lot of dudes like that. A lot of dudes online. A lot of dudes like I said earlier, they get played. They get played. Somebody online say, hey, you can meet a beautiful woman overnight. No, okay. I'll tell you the best way to meet a beautiful woman. Get yourself to a higher level, then you can go to some like places they gonna be at and shit. And if you don't want to do all that, or if you don't want to do like all that stuff, at the very least, you need to be getting in the body game. You need to be doing something to fix yourself up physically. You need to be doing something that stands out. You can't be regular. You can't be basic. You can't be some basic person out here. Somebody don't stand out, some second tier dude or something. You gotta have something about you that stands out. Yes, thankfully Popo ain't here. I went a little bit too fast. I gotta remember, I gotta just get in the habit. I haven't seen Popo today. I'm feeling messed up. Anyway, right? Like I said, if you want regular and shit, if you're gonna be regular, well, look for some regular women. That's it. That's your lane for now. Now, if you don't like that, like I said, do something to get to a higher level. Get something to be at a higher level. Do something. Shit. Work and get that higher money or status or something. Do something if that's what you want. But I would say this though. Even that, some dude need to really think about it, because sometimes they ain't the best woman anyway. That might not be the best woman, because she was thinking on a different level anyway. And here's something too. That's the only way she might not be the best for some regular dude. Don't try to put them down or say, oh, they dealing with all these men or something. No. Unless you know one personally. Because that's something else. That's a whole other conversation. You know, they be thinking some of these women, those real attractive women, doing nothing but sleeping around or something. If they were that easy to get, how come that regular dude ain't getting them? Usually they don't be doing anything. Yeah, seeing on some of the side, y'all need to know. But seriously. Because in general, and not even about the women, but I'm going to tell you what. Like I said, this channel's for wolves. This channel for dudes who are select or want to be select. But being select goes beyond just getting pussy. That's a major part of it. The sex part is a major part, but what are you doing to stand out? What are you doing? Just period. Really not even doing it for the women, just doing it for yourselves. Who the fuck want to be regular out here? That was one thing. If I were to pass away right after I do this video, even while I'm doing this video, I can say, you know what, I've accomplished a lot in life. A lot of dudes, you know, if you want to be regular, degular, or whatever, okay, that's fine. That's on you. But as a man, you need to say, well, what am I really accomplishing? What am I doing? Just period. Not even for the women, not even for the supermodel. What are you doing? Do you want to be, if that's the life you want to live, or you want to live a life people can look at you and say, well, he did this, this, and this. Seriously. What are you doing? Have you written anything? Have you owned anything? Because one thing coming up, I just didn't want to be regular. I just didn't want to be some ordinary dude. You know? Like I said, it's like, my big thing was writing. Got 9 books on the market now. 9 books. I'm still making money from them. And not just my relationship books either. I got some books of fiction. And one is a science speculation novella, so I can even say that. So it was like, hey. And I've had some people get back to me and they wrote that. So what are you doing? What are you doing? And if you want that baddie or something, like supermodel, like that woman that, you know, consensusly would be considered in the 9 to 10 range, okay, what are you doing? You know? What are you doing on any level? What are you doing to stand out? What are you doing? You know? And, you know, just why would you want to live an ordinary life anyway? Because I remember there was a point, and this before, I mean, I had the degrees and everything, right? I had the degrees, but I I remember there was a point I hadn't like really put out the books yet. Living with this young lady, and I said, "This ain't right." It was just too ordinary. It was like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this. I want to stand out. Now, if that's your life you want to live, though, then, you know, that's cool. That's cool. But don't expect some supermodel type to want to live it with you. Get you that apple pie type of woman who want to live that same life, and then y'all can be happy. You know? But like I said, the title of this joint was Regular Dudes Becoming Supermodels. And for what? Because for her to even be attracted to you, you gotta have some shit to stand out. Because they human too. They ain't gonna just grab anybody. It ain't even for money. It ain't even for money. So what are you doing? And that's one of the main things. In fact, when I get feedback from dudes who follow me, actually, I'm happier when they tell me that they started a business or they got something going on than if they tell me they got pussy. Because that's when the grand scheme of things, that's easy. And if they ain't chasing supermodels, which represent 1% of the female population globally, they just get like some decent women, maybe above average attractiveness, women above average in attractiveness. I'm like, oh, that really ain't hard. Now, a regular dude could get an above average one, but some dudes don't even want that. I met some dudes, saw some above attractive, they still like, nah, I want that supermodel. I'm like, for what, dude? You ain't know they ain't enough, and you know if they know they on top. So that's the type of dudes they gonna want. Yeah. And I want y'all to really think about that. And especially beyond even the women, I want men who support my channel, who gonna comment to actually do something. And not no smart mouth shit or some comment. And if you want some shit, you ain't doing anything, don't even bother commenting. I am not sympathetic towards you. I'm serious, I'm not. I'm really not, because I got all these videos and everything telling me what to do to get to a higher level. At least there's something you can say you did, alright? That's how you gotta look at that shit. Anyway, and since it's Friday, Friday. Yeah, I ain't gonna have no videos tomorrow, or I ain't gonna have no videos tomorrow, this weekend. Yeah. So, y'all have, I'd say, y'all have a good weekend and everything, man. You have a good weekend, and really think about what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna reiterate more than anything. It goes beyond just getting some supermodel. Go beyond to getting the women. Just do it for yourself. Ask yourself, what you really doing in life? You have a business. Like, every man should be in a position where he got something he can control, he own, he's standing out. Because regular, let's just be real. Out here now, I'm going to get a little political. Let's just be real. If you just regular out here, you getting screwed. You getting screwed. You getting screwed. Shoot. Yeah, you getting screwed without even a kiss on the cheek, but you just getting screwed. It ain't even worth it. That's the one thing. That's the one thing this culture, this society is all about. Standing out, being above average. And you could make it happen. All right. So, anyway, that's all I have. I'll get back with y'all next week. Peace and blessings. Well, get back with y'all in a car video. My Sovereign Men gang, crew, nation. I'll have something for y'all tomorrow. and everything. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.